Okay, let's get to this little quick tutorial on how to tie a sage bundle. We're just going to do a little miniature one. I've got some fresh sage, as you can see. It's not white sage, unfortunately. We don't grow white sage in the area that I'm living. Maybe I must try and find seeds or something. So I actually prefer to leave my sage to dry out just a little bit. I don't take it just fresh as is and go there and be like, I'm starting to wrap. The reason being behind that is that I actually want to make sure that there is no moisture left. As you can see, sage leaves is rough and a lot of little moisture can get stuck in those grooves, and I don't want that. I don't want this to mold. So before you get started, always look through for this. Look for the damage or leaves that might have a bit of mold already. Look through to see, as another one. And please remove those. Also like little pieces of any kind of thing that you can find, little hohokis or whatever we have, that can be on the plant, especially if you're going to pick it fresh yourself. Even then, look what you find. So you're going to take the sage leaves. Let's have a look. How's this one looking? We're going to remove that one. I'm going to give it a little cut. I've got a scissors. And we're going to give it a little cut. Take that leaf off. Also this one. And yeah, otherwise it looks fine. Now I'm going to start to tie the sage bundle. I have got white string with me. The reason why I'm using white string is because I'm using this sage to purify my home and myself and whatever I decide to purify with it. Also, you can use this because it's good for meditation and spirituality. So white is a color for spirituality as well as for purification. So let's find some nice long sage leaves. I like to use the ones that are a little bit longer, or there's a couple of like leaves on the stem like that. That's nice. And we put them all together, try to keep the lengths the same. So a little bit of crafting today. So it's always nice to do this yourself, because when you do it yourself, you're putting your own energy into it. And if you can, and you do have the time and the patience, yes, it takes patience, you can actually do this yourself. All you do is continually add the leaves until you feel satisfied as to how many you have. Because when we're putting our energy into this, it's part of the magic. It's part of how things work. Our energy is what moves everything. So when you're doing this, it's like you're connecting to this beautiful sage, just like beautiful this is. There we go. And let's see what else we can put. Oh, there's another one. We're going to make like a miniature sage little stick. I'm actually going to be using this one at the next full moon. And you can check dates and things like that to see when is your full moon. It is a great time to use sage on a full moon. Clear out the old energy, put in the new energy. And sage is amazing at doing that. Let's see. I don't see any other nice, beautiful big leaves. I like using the really big leaves. The others that I will dry out in the same bowl, and when I dry them out, they're going to look like this. And that is just beautiful. So I think I'm satisfied for now. We're going to take the string, make sure all your stems are about the same length. Let's pick it up nicely, Mr. Sage, thank you. And yeah, we have it. So we take our string. I always take a little piece of string sort of into the bundle like that, same length as the bundle. And then I will start to twist on this side. The reason being, because now I'm going to tie a little knot with that string. So I can now put it through there and pull it. And I have actually got the piece that I am going to be using to hang it. Because you have to hang this up. You can't leave it even in a basket. I don't feel it's a good idea to do that. So now you have your leaves. Isn't that pretty? And then you can just start to twist. And as you twist, you're going to twist your bundle around as well. I do that. I find it's easier to control the leaves as I'm going up. And as you can see, I'm twisting them I'm twisting it at like an angle. Ooh, all those leaves want to pop out. Let's stick them back in. So you're going to go up. It smells so good, guys. I think my voice just broke for some reason. I hope I'm not getting flu. Well, sage is good for removing bacteria from the environment that we're living in. It's good to purify the air. So I'm going there. I'm going to use you. So now we're going to twist this one down. I like to turn it down because it gives it a nice little edge. Some people cut it and I just feel like it's a waste. I don't know. I just like it. Other people leave it bare, but then it can cause some people will just leave it out, but then it burns way too quickly. It needs to be compacted to burn. Otherwise it's just on fire and we don't want that. So now we're going to go back down. I'm going to do just about 2 turns, and then we're going to move back down, and I want it to crisscross. Which direction am I going in? We're going to go a little bit different as we go down so that it can grab. Just look where the leaves are popping out and just push it in as you go down. There we go. There's another one. Let's go back up and do it again and pull it in. There's another one, and we go down back to the bottom, and once again give it a little tight pull and tie. Now guys, there's something that I like to do when I work with herbs, because I also love crystals as well, and I think crystals and herbs are very closely related. Both of them are of the earth, both of them are connected to the ground, so they have kind of like isn't that pretty? Kind of like nice understanding of each other. So what I like to do while I'm drying my bundles or any kind of herb, I would then bring a crystal along, and this one is hematite. It's got a nice Reiki symbol on there, and this is for protection. So hematite is one of my, I gotta say, my favorite herbs. Look how beautiful it shines. This is actually one of my necklaces, but I use them for different things. So hematite is very well known to actually absorb negative vibes and negativity. But the beautiful thing about it is that it transmutes this negativity back out into positivity. And then I would then ask the hematite, please, to work with this herb, this beautiful spirit of sage, to change the negative energy into positive energy. And then the sage as well, would it please work with this crystal of hematite and let the two of you enhance each other's energy so that this can be smoothly done. And then I tie it onto my hematite, my hematite really. I tie it onto my sage, guys. I'm not tying hematite onto hematite. And then I just tie it up so that these two are together when they are being dried. And then I'm going to hang this up in my spirit room here because it's nice and airy and breezy, and I'm going to hang them together like that, so that these two energies, and guys, this ultimately is what it is to be witchy, guys, working with different energies, using this beautiful thing to benefit your life, and then adding on something that, you know, also does the same thing, putting them together, grouping them, making it to work. Now, obviously, before I burn this sage stick, I'm going to remove the hematite, okay? I'm not burning my hematite. No. Sage is meant to be burned, not the stone. So I'm going to then tie this up and dry it. This is going to take about 7 to 10 days, depending on your weather, guys. So if your weather is rainy and cold, or it's snowing, or something funny is happening like that, you're going to take a bit longer, maybe even up to 14 days. Even longer. Always check your consistency as well. You will know when it's really dry. I mean, some people even wait a month long, but I find in my environment, which is quite dry sometimes, I can wait about 10 days and it'll be ready for me. And that is a quick, interesting way to make sage bundles. Love using crystals with them, so you can consider doing it, but you don't have to. If you don't have it, you don't have to do it. Another thing as well, if you have, say, a small one and you don't have something big like that I'm tying on, or it doesn't have a hole or whatever, you can even tuck it in between the herb itself, make like a little opening, stick it in. Just always make sure that it's going to be okay for you to take it out before you start burning, okay? So there you go. Isn't that pretty? Thank you so much for watching.